modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. This defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. And they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Now it's Herbert.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 76 yards.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll find Metcalf. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Herbert now.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Jerry Jeudy, a gain of 7, and the Browns first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught from Brown's touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns have taken the lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Chargers at 4-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but The attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try to field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And that flag accepted.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Waters. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Taken in at the 11. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here.
That is caught by Dell.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Delson in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, tried his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Brown.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
They'll get 3 as Continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Herbert off of play action, rolling to his left. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on second and long. Herbert.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
They'll run on first down. McMullen, and he takes this out right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
This second and 4.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go again with Pierce. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Herbert. And he fires one incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Has his man. It's Shakir.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted. intercepted a third time.
Still going.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Motion man is Shakir. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Khalil Shakir.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete with the clock showing just 3 seconds left.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with him. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Waters. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Waters, and good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 39. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll look to throw again.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll set up a throw.
Got his man, Dell.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Back to throw.
That one behind his man, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And this one is right through, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Give to Pierce.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
This is taken at the 18. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniel Henley coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
This has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
They're going to look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right.
They'll run on first down. It's Waters, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
In motion comes the tight end left. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
On first down, McMullen. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
They'll keep it on the ground. McMullen, and we'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Waters. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
An inside give, Brown. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, it's Waters. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Here's Herbert. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right. Herbert now. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now 1st and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now 2nd down and a few inches. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Khalil Shakir with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here is third down and 4.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's first and 10. Throwing, Herbert.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's second and 10. Herbert. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So Cleveland able to come